All right, so you're a motivated person who wants to get ahead and is told that they need to set goals. They have to have big, big goals. Today, I want to talk to you about a way that you can ensure your success now that doesn't have to do with some sort of long, faraway goal that you can't really imagine yourself achieving quite yet. Hello, Dale Majors here, and welcome to another video. We're glad to have you. If you enjoy the content, please give it a like and subscribe. The goal here is to help you be better tomorrow than you are today. All right, so let's get started. Today I want to talk about the difference between goals and processes and some of the benefits of having processes. So we talk about focusing on the behaviors that you have today and what the benefits of having that are. First, I want to tell you a story. So when I was freshman, I weighed 82 pounds, and I had one of the most, I had a wrestling coach who was one of the most influential people, even to this point in my life. And one of the things that I really loved about this coach, Coach Holtree, is he focused so much on what our behaviors as the wrestlers should be. And in my case, someone who was severely underweight, the lowest weight division was 103 pounds, and I weighed 82 pounds. So all these small kids were still so much bigger than me. But he focused on, hey, you need to have your nutrition right, and you need to avoid sweets and everything else. When you're working out, you need to work out really hard. You need to do one more than you're asked. You need to go above and beyond. You need to keep your language clean. You need to focus on excellence. There were all these things that me, as an 82 pound wrestler, I could be a winner and follow all of his advice immediately. So that's really the difference between a goal, some far away state, versus a behavior that I can act on today. And I really enjoyed that, and I think there's a lot of power in focusing on the right behaviors. So I want to talk about 3 benefits of behaviors and processes over goals, and then I'm also going to give you several ideas for different processes and behaviors that you can implement in your life immediately that can make a big difference over time. So let's start first with the first thing. The thing that I love about processes over and behaviors over goals is the difference between a journey and a destination mindset. So with a journey mindset, you are enjoying where you are. You are you're not deciding to be happy when you reach a certain destination. I've done a lot of bike touring, and I know that as I've gotten more experienced, that I'm a whole lot less focused on the end destination, and I work on having joy along the journey, like today, right now. So when you have behaviors and processes, and that's the focus, I'm going to exercise every day. I'm going to plan every week and feel like a winner as long as I'm doing these things. I'm going to study a language every day. When you're focusing on behaviors, then you can win today. It's not about, I need to speak French perfectly, and until then I'm not going to be happy, right? So I really think that a real benefit of processes and behaviors over goals is that it helps you maintain a journey mindset. All right, 2, and I've mentioned this a little bit, is that the focus on the behavior and the process can help you win immediately. So when I was an 82-pound wrestler, I was winning immediately. Even though I wasn't winning my matches and hitting my goals, I was focusing on the processes. I was doing everything in my power to be a winner, and I was winning. Where if I only said, I'm going to be happy when I win 90% of my matches, yikes, look out. But I focused on the process, and the way that it turned out, I ended up, I was never amazing, but I was I was one of the captains on the team, and I won a lot more than I lost, won some tournaments and things, but that was an outcome. So in my case, the outcome actually worked. It was great, but my focus was on being an excellent wrestler and focusing on the process, okay? I think the third reason I really like the focus on behaviors and processes instead of goals is that it's easier to gain momentum. So let me walk through several of these that I've implemented in my life over the last 5 years or so. All right, first one is daily journal writing. I wanted to document my life. I've read a lot of great biographies and autobiographies, and I was always impressed by how well people had documented parts of their life. And for me, I thought, man, I've lost like 7 years of my life and I have 2 pages written. I really wanted to journal. So instead of saying I'm going to write like a page a day or whatever, I just said I'm just going to write every single day in my journal. I'm going to open up the journal app. I use Day One. I'll include a link to it. I'm going to open up my journal every day, and I've started doing that. It's awesome. I have written in my journal 1,890 days thus far. Step 2, or a second recommendation, is waking up early. That's a behavior that you can focus on that will ensure a lot of other benefits. I think there are a few magical habits that you can have in your life where if you have that habit in place, a lot of other great things will happen. And I believe that waking up early is definitely one of those. Another one is exercise, consistent exercise. A couple years ago, I started doing 25 push-ups and 50 sit-ups every day. And I was really surprised by the level of fitness, the increase in my level of fitness that I felt. And it also, as I built that foundation, I built on top of it and I started doing more and more exercise, which has been really awesome. So another behavior that I focus on is that I take 2 hours every single week, and sometimes it takes less, but I take 2 hours every week to plan in my calendar. I look at my Trello, I look at my calendar, and I plan my life. I've made another video on that you can check out. Another thing is Duolingo. I study a language every single day. Yeah, my name's Dale P. Majors on Duolingo. Add me there. But I use it every single day. I had like a 500-day streak once, a 300-day streak. I've lost a few of them. Well, camping, it'll kill you. But focusing on studying a language every single day has been a great process. Music practice. My plan is I just sit at the piano every single day to play something, because my goal there is I want to be able to play a hymnal in church. So for the last 2 years, I've been sitting at the piano and I'm getting a lot better. Another one from a process behavior standpoint is I like to listen to good books. I believe that you're the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with, and one way to spend time with people is by listening to them talk to you, or by listening to books. At least that's my interpretation of it. So, and I'll put a link to Audible as well. But I love Audible. I've listened to 330 books or so. I've got about that many in my Audible library, and I love Audible. If you have not yet experienced Audible, then you ought to check it out. It's pretty awesome. That's it for the video. Thank you. But the challenge to you is, what types of behaviors could you adopt today that would ensure more of your success and goal attainment long-term in the future? Based on who you want to be, what types of things could you start doing? The people that you admire and that you want to be like, what types of things are they doing every day? And how can you start to implement those things into your life? One tip is you cannot do it all at once. I would start really small, and if you're going to start in multiple areas, start even smaller. We only have so much willpower, and it's hard to start habits. So you need to make sure that you start small, because it's much better to win and stay consistent, to consistently do a small thing than to try a big thing and fail. So, in my opinion. All right, well, we'll see you on the next video, and thank you so much.